Hello everyone. Today Ha Then will continue to tell you a very meaningful story about the oak tree and the reed. In a lush forest, there stood a mighty oak tree. It was the tallest and strongest tree around, with thick branches that stretched to the sky and a trunk that had withstood countless storms. Beside it, in a small damp patch of ground, grew a slender and humble reed. One day, a great storm began to rage. The wind howled and tore through the forest, shaking the trees with incredible force. The oak stood firm, its roots gripping the earth like a fist. It boasted to the reed, "Look at me! I am the king of this forest. The wind cannot move me. You, on the other hand, are so weak. I see you bending and swaying with every gust. How pathetic!" The reed, swaying back and forth, replied softly, "I do not fight the wind, my friend. I bend with it. When a gust comes, I yield and let it pass. It is better to yield than to break." The oak scoffed at the reed's words. "Nonsense! A true king stands tall and proud against all things. I will never yield to the wind." The storm grew more violent. The oak tree, with all its strength and pride, refused to bend. It pushed against the wind, its mighty branches groaning under the strain. It stood tall, but its rigidness was its undoing. With a final, furious gust of wind, the oak's trunk cracked with a thunderous sound, and the great tree came crashing down, its branches broken and its roots torn from the earth. When the storm passed, the sun came out. The reed, though it had been bent nearly to the ground, stood upright once more unharmed. It had survived by yielding, while the proud oak had been destroyed by its refusal to bend. The moral of the story: this fable is a timeless lesson that true strength lies not in rigidness and pride, but in humility and adaptability. The oak, with all its physical power, was defeated by its inability to yield, while the humble reed survived by bending and adapting to its circumstances. The story reminds us that flexibility is often more powerful than unyielding resistance. Let this story inspire you to be resilient and humble. Life will inevitably send storms your way, challenges, failures, and hardships. Don't be like the oak, whose pride led to its downfall. Instead, be like the reed. Know when to yield, when to adapt, and when to let the storm pass over you. The ability to bend without breaking is not a sign of weakness. It is the truest form of strength, a wisdom that allows you to survive and stand tall long after the storm has gone. Thank you for listening to the story. See you in the next video.